What's going on, folks? Kyle here from VarietyErrors. If anyone has ever called some of your old coins junk, then you might be actually holding some real money. I'm going to talk about junk silver today. So in the next few minutes, I'll show you how to turn those old coins that contain silver in them that you can find right in your pocket change into serious cash. So let's check it out. The term junk silver is just a nickname. It's for US coins minted before 1965 that contain 90% silver. So we're talking about dimes, quarters, and half dollars, regular coins that you used to go and just spend in the vending machines and the grocery stores every day, but they were made with real silver. In this video, we're mainly going to touch on dimes, quarters, and half dollars, and while those are the most common, they're not the whole story. Wartime nickels, the ones made from 1942 to 1945, also contain silver at 35%, and they're still traded in junk silver bags, of course, usually done by weight. You've also got some silver dollar coins out there, but most of those have numismatic value. They're going to far exceed the junk silver value, unless they're extremely beat up. But I do want to mention these two, as they are also somewhat junk silver coins. So there's no collector rarity in most cases. That's why we call them junk. It's not because the coin's worthless, of course, but because it's traded for silver content and not a collectible value in most cases. So why do we call it junk, even though it isn't? In 1965, the US took silver out of circulation. I won't bore you with a bunch of stuff with that. Prices were climbing, and the government switched to cheaper metals to save money on production of coins. Collectors and dealers started calling all the leftover pre-65 silver coinage junk silver. This is because they weren't rare coins, but they had silver in coin form. But silver has always had real value, so these coins have really great real value. So, why are junk silver coins still valuable? Let's break it down just a little bit more, and this will kind of hit home in the hearts of money lovers and number people. Silver dimes have 0.07 troy ounces of silver, silver quarters have 0.18, silver half dollars have 0.36 ounces in them, so this makes them very valuable over face value. For example, let's say silver was at $30 per ounce for kind of an easier number. Quarters would then actually be worth $5.42. Half dollars would be worth $10.85. What about a roll of 40 pre-65 quarters? That's over $215 in melt value, not just the $10 face value, which is crazy. Now, I know some of you might say, but I don't see a lot of pre-65 coins. If you order rolls of coins from the banks, in a lot of cases you'll get older coins in rolls. That's a good way to find them. And then I've found actually quite a few dozen junk silver coins in just the last year out of my own pocket change. So in high demand markets, you can get really premium amounts for these that are far above melt value. So why do us collectors and stackers love them? Junk silver checks all the boxes, man. It's easy to identify. They're trusted and minted by the US government. They're fractional. They're easy to trade, unlike bulky silver bars and stuff. Recognized everywhere, even outside the US. And they're just popular amongst collectors, preppers, silver stackers, because they're practical and they're easy to sell. The big mistakes people make, they spend junk silver at face value. People don't look through their coins. They have stuff that's pre-1965, like I mentioned, and they just spend it in the old subway, or they get whatever. They clean the coins, thinking they'll be worth more, and you're really just wasting your time. Or they sell it to someone who's going to lowball them. You just don't do the research, you don't realize what you have, and the main mistake is people don't check spot price of silver at the time of sale just to see what it's actually sitting at, in which you can then calculate what those coins are worth just off the percentage of silver in them. So if you've got pre-65 silver coins, even the jacked up ugly ones, they have really good value. So key things to take away. Junk silver is any US coins minted before 1965. They're made with 90% silver. This will include dimes, quarters, and half dollars. Value is based on the silver melt, like I mentioned, and they're still widely traded, bought, and sold, so they're easy to get a hold of and get rid of. So don't let the term junk fool you. This stuff is a serious moneymaker. Now that you know what junk silver is and why it matters, let's take you to the next step. In the second part of this series, I'll show you how to identify the real silver coins, what dates to look for, and how to avoid those awesome fakes. So that way, that trip up to a new collector's all-time high can be yours without wasting money on coins that just aren't worth the time. So click in part 2, keep an eye out for it, and I'll see you there. Let me know what you're coming across in your coin and banknote searches in the comments below, and I'll see you in the next video.